According to the CDC, the U.S. reported more than 100,000 new cases on July 30th, the highest since February, showing that this pandemic is not over.
I have to say, you guys, I am frustrated and angry that a year into this, we are still talking about cases. We're still talking about masks. We're still talking about shutdowns. Because I had really hoped as soon as the vaccine came, it would be over. Life would be back to normal because they work.
Good news for the Team USA gymnastics team. Jade Carey won gold in the floor exercise final. This was a redemption medal after she failed to make the podium during the vault competition. Teammate Simone Biles cheered her on from the sidelines.
Every time we do a story on Simone Biles or I watch one on television, it's Amy, whatever, won gold. And Simone Biles tweeted this out, and then we had the conversation about Simone Biles.
These Olympians that have worked hard, just like everybody else, deserve their time in the spotlight. But I do think there's always an Olympics where you first hear somebody's name. There was an Olympics where we first heard about Simone, and then you hear about her in different competitions. You see little snippets. You're like, oh, that's the young lady from the Olympics. And then the next one, people know their name going into it. I think that's the difference between like being a famous Olympian and an Olympian is if you know them before they win.
All right.
All right, we got to talk about what happened on a recent Frontier flight. I can't with this. Flight attendants duct taped him to the seat. I'm not kidding. Taped his mouth shut while other passengers can be heard laughing. Check out this other angle that shows him taped down, calling for help after he was able to wet the tape and to get it off his mouth.
Protocol is not duct tape a man to a seat.
What is the protocol?
I'm just saying, like, that's not, no, well, don't worry why, don't wonder why the pilots are suspended or getting fired because you're duct taping a man to seat. What if he had asthma or something? They put it over his mouth. I'm just saying that's not a good tactic.
Okay.
Now
that's actually not like the same thing as arresting or having a marshal on the plane. Like duct taping a man, it's hilarious. If I was on the plane, I would be rolling on the floor.
Sure.
Not appropriate though.
Okay. The actor just admitted that he only recently gave up using a homophobic slur. We'll just call it the other F word. And it's all thanks to one of his daughters.
I'm happy for him. I'm glad that he learned. I think it's ridiculous that an adult in 2021 living in Hollywood, a very liberal, very out, open space with a lot of artists, didn't know that that word would hurt someone in that sexual orientation. That, I don't believe him. I don't.
The Weeknd revealed that he's adopting a quote-unquote sober, light lifestyle. Speaking to GQ magazine, the singer explained that he still drinks and smokes weed, but he has given up hard drugs because they were, quote, a crutch.
To anybody listening, I remember I was on a phone call. I used to run a men's sobriety group, and there's a guy on there that said, I'm not sure if I'm an alcoholic, and he just said to the guy, people that aren't alcoholics aren't on this phone call. And so if you have to have that question, then you probably need to get some help.
I love The Weeknd. I'm one of his biggest fans. So for me, I was disappointed coming from someone that knows addiction very well, that used to go to Al-Anon. Like for me, I was like, I hope someone sits down with him and talks to him the weight of that word, because words do matter. Today, we are saying goodbye. It's bittersweet to Lindsay as she starts her maternity leave. We've been following along with the past 9 months, and we can't wait for our new DBL family member.
Listen, Erica, I can't believe it either. I'm like, okay, now that I'm taking maternity leave, like it's really about to happen. I was thinking yesterday, I hope that every woman that wants a child is able to have an experience like I had, because it's been really beautiful and just filled with just so much joy and love.
Jason Momoa interview. A reporter for the New York Times Magazine found out the hard way about asking him certain questions that he may feel isn't appropriate. He asked Jason if he regretted a scene where his Game of Thrones character sexually assaults his wife, played by Emilia Clarke.
This is ridiculous.
I agree.
That writer from the New York Times is a hack. He's only writing, I'll say it again, he's a hack. The only question he was looking to ask was this one because he knows it's going to get clicks. How dare you ask an actor pretending to be someone else how they felt about what they were doing in the scene, about their job? How do you feel about your job, loser, when you ask these kind of questions?